Welcome. This is hashtag Showbiz, only on Indus TV with me, Usha. जैसे मैं कहती हूँ, what happens here definitely does not stay here, comes back to you. So, we have a special, super special episode for you today. What is it? It's about... मैं कहती हूँ शायरी बोल देती हूँ और फिर मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि आज का एपिसोड क्या है. लोग बोलते हैं जन्नत से खूबसूरत कुछ नहीं है. जी हाँ, शायद उन्होंने कभी अपनी माँ को खुलकर हंसते हुए कभी नहीं देखा होगा. जी हाँ, we have a beautiful episode on super moms, especially Mother's Day आ रही है, तो हमने सोचा कि क्यों ना हम super moms, कई super moms हैं, but we were able to pick a few and bring them to you for the special Mother's Day episode. Before we talk to the super moms, I want to wish all of you mothers out there a very, very, very happy Mother's Day. And let's go to the episode. Are you guys ready? Okay, friends, like I said, are you guys excited to meet the first super mom of this special Mother's Day episode? Yes, we are going to be talking to this amazing woman. Her career is preceding her age. She's amazingly young, beautiful, a mother of 3 kids. Yes, let me go on. She has proven career-long performances, generating 9-figure revenue contributions, and she's been helping in management of multi-million-dollar revenue goals. Are you ready? Amazing performances here in career. I want you to meet the president, co-founder of GEP. So let's welcome, with a big round of applause, Neha Shah into a special Mother's Day episode. Hi Neha, how are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
So Neha, like I was just explaining, I was reading your bio and I think I can go on forever, but today being a Mother's Day episode, I really want to focus on your career, how you rose in so high and so quick, being a mother of 3 kids, let alone being a mother of 1 and handling 1. You're a mother of 3 kids and you've been doing philanthropy. Let's talk about being an advisory board member on Saki, a gender-based violence organization. Then you've also been helping in eradicating child labor and slavery globally, working with Kailash Satyarthi Children's Foundation, and then, of course, being an advisor to Princeton Choose Founders, right? Which is an organization based on racial literacy and understanding. And when I read some of the stuff that you're doing, I can already see how you're contributing to ensuring racial literacy and that understanding is there in this world. And being there for Pratham USA McCarter Theater as well in Princeton. So as I see, you're an all-rounder in all kind of career as well as life and being a mom. How do you do this?
Well, first of all, thank you for that very kind introduction, Usha. And I know it sounds like a lot, but first I have to start by saying I have a ton of support around me. And so coming back to your original question, I started my career at a very young age in graduating from the University of Pennsylvania, where I got kind of the first taste of what it meant to be in the business world. And I really I didn't have a good understanding of business at the time. But I got my hands dirty with just understanding kind of core concepts of growing businesses and creating revenues and profits and so on and so forth. And so when I graduated from undergrad, I decided to be a consultant to get exposure to the business world, to learn about different industries, different businesses. And that's what I did. Like many of my peers who often leave college and go to kind of the capital, New York City of the business world. That's exactly what I chose to do. And at that time, it was serendipity or circumstance where it was the original kind of startup era, dot-com boom, if you will. So I got a call from somebody who was my mentor at the company I was at, Accenture, as a strategy consultant. And he and some others presented a business plan to me about the company that they were starting. And I just, from really a sense of kind of intuition and gut feel, decided to join them at the ripe young age of 22 to help start this business. And I really didn't understand it. I didn't know much about starting a business at all. But I think one of the key lessons of my life was kind of just trusting people, having that intuition, of course, speaking to my parents and my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband of 18 years, and really kind of making that judgment that, yes, I have something to contribute and I have something I can do. And so over the last 20 plus years, that's what I've been doing, is helping to grow this company from really a team of just a handful of people to a global company of thousands of employees, 25 global offices, hundreds of customers, and a really formidable company in the software and solution space, serving very large Fortune 500 organizations, companies like Johnson & Johnson and ExxonMobil and Chevron and so many others. So that's been my journey. I think, Usha, you talked about some of the work that I've done, but a lot of it has been kind of focused on growing the company, surviving in the early days, which was very difficult, but trusting and believing in ourselves, and then growing the company, growing the team, and making a very successful organization overall. In that journey, I got married. All of the major life events also happened from 22 to what I am today, getting married, buying a house, building a house, and of course, the most important, having my three beautiful children, Kai and Aiden and Karina, who are 10, 8, and 4 years old, 2 boys and a girl, and really the purpose of everything that I do going forward now.
That's awesome. It's amazing. I can see why your journey is so successful, because you're in it. Your passion drives you, is what I can see. Being a mom, I want to bring you down, because I know you're a superwoman, but I want to bring you down to this human element that you have, Neha. And I want to ask you as a mom, because we want to celebrate you as a mother. And we want to actually ask you, with the 3 kids, if you can share, some of your favorite moments that you have being a mom.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many moments, but I think for me, it's really kind of the simple moments. My daughter, she is so, in many respects, she looks like me. She's like a little mini version of me. She's very loving and sweet, but she has this super outsized personality. And I love seeing that. And I love kind of really promoting that she can do everything in the world, everything that I've done, and hopefully, so much more. And so really the moments that stick out for me are those very mundane moments in life where you come home and they kind of run to hug your leg, in the case of my daughter, or my oldest son, Kyan, who is a very, again, accomplished, but very sensitive, conscientious boy who, will come to speak to me privately about, things that are on his mind, even things that he's just not comfortable to ask others, but he'll come to me. And then, of course, my middle son, Aiden, who is very independent, very athletic, very sporty. He's super close to his dad, especially his dad is his hero. But with me, he, again, very mundane things like, I'm not a very domesticated person. I hardly cook. I hardly step in the kitchen. I love good food, but I don't spend much time cooking or anything like that. But he loves my toast, and he'll interrupt me on a call and ask me to make him the toast that he likes, just the way he likes it. So I think those types of things, it's those moments where, somehow through the universe, I was gifted the responsibility of taking care of these 3 children and making them, wonderful human beings and wonderful adults. And in that process, those special kind of very simple moments that you just appreciate the fact that, they are in my life. They were my children, and I have the love and care and all of the responsibility for them is what is really the most special moments. In addition to all the big moments, the vacations, the celebrations, the everything else that we have in life.
No, that's beautiful. That's always, as a mom, we're not able to come up with the favorite moment. So I love that. Loved it the way you said that. And I met you in an event where you were being awarded, and your speech was amazing. And that actually brings me to this next question to ask you. What has been probably the hardest thing for you, or a challenge while you've been working and, creating your own empire?
I think, well, first of all, it's certainly not my empire. I think both my husband and I believe, we're just here to kind of contribute and make an impact on the world. And so far, we've done it in business, and but there's so much more that we can do.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to that. I think in terms of really tough moments for me, again, there have been times that, as we're growing, professionally, there was a lot of hard moments of kind of growing as a person, growing as a professional while raising children, being pregnant, and then giving birth, and then, all of the weight of kind of the business, things happening, people coming, leaving the company, a lot of kind of emotions, because just like raising your children, helping to raise a business is extremely personal. It's extremely emotional. Mm-hmm. So being able to kind of balance and really have that perspective, and really understanding that, what's truly important in life, what's meaningful, and gaining that perspective. I think I only gained that once I had children, once I saw, how fragile life can be. We're obviously all living through this COVID-19 tragedy, and we saw here in the U.S., obviously, India is experiencing, a terrible time right now. And it just keeps reminding us, how short life is, how fragile life is. And I think the hard part for me is I was growing up as a human being while I was helping to grow a company, while I was helping to raise 3 children. And that process of growth has been tremendous, but it also created a lot of kind of tough moments. But I think how I got through it was, again, how can I every day just be the best person I can be our best self, be my best self. And that's what I've tried to share with my children, tried to share with the world, all of my team members and employees. And I think in doing that, it kind of reminds you really what is important in life. Is a canceled contract the end of the world? No, it's bad news, but it's not the end of the world, right? So it's kind of that, just gaining that perspective. And that's what I've done. And I think that growth journey has led me to a lot of tough moments, but I think a place where I've grown tremendously as a human being, and what I'm trying to do my best in sharing with, again, my children, my family, my team members, and everyone who's willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. So Neha, talking about, your career, your family, trying to manage it, right, from a work-life balance, I want to ask you, to the mothers out there, listening to you and seeing you being successful, how can they take care of themselves? What do you think they need to do?
I think that the biggest advice that I have, and I have to always remind myself of this, is number one, to give yourself a break. We as mothers want to, of course, be everything to everyone. We want to be the best mother to our children. If we're married, the best partner to our spouse, or the best child to our parents, or whatever it might be. And of course, while doing a great job, if we're working parents, we certainly want to do that as well. And I think what I've had to learn over these years is just giving myself a break, that if I'm waking up every day and really just trying to be the best I can be, being okay with failure moments and getting upset, or just being okay with who I am. Just having that mindset that I'm doing the best I can, and I have to take care of myself. I have to take care of my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health. And sometimes that means I can't do everything at that moment for whoever's asking me. If your child is tugging at you to go do something, or your parent is calling you, just giving yourself that break and having that mindset that you're doing the best you can. And you are the best. You are the best for your family, for your business. You are the best. And then tied to that is really just being willing and able to take a step back sometimes. I had a medical procedure done, and the things that were going on at work for me really just required me to take a step back for weeks, which I had never done before. And so being, giving yourself a chance to take a break, that's totally normal and totally fair. And finally, just again, beyond the mindset and giving yourself a break, get help. Many of us can have the ability by asking for help, getting help, hiring help. Don't be ashamed to do that. Focus on the priorities for you and your family, but try to get help on all those other areas that you really don't want to do or don't enjoy. And I think that's something that I've also learned over these years.
That's a good one, right? Taking help for the things that you don't like. Just you don't need to be forced to do what you don't like to do in life, and then focus on the stuff where the passion. Love that message from you. But before I let you go, I have one last question for you. Being a career woman, I want you to give a message to those business leaders out there. How can they support working moms? Do you see a problem with it? And what do we want to change there?
I think there is so much to be done to help create true gender diversity, of course, but also equity and inclusion in the workplace. And that is incumbent on all of the business leaders. Of course, simply by, hiring more women, more working moms, of course, is very, very important. But once you've hired, how do you really create an environment that allows for understanding of the unique situations of working moms and working parents? How do you create flexibility in the schedules and focus on results? How do you not make unconscious bias decisions on behalf of the working moms and working parents, assuming that working moms might have less time or might have less ambition? And I think there's so many things that corporate America, business leaders must do to create environments, create policies, both within their companies, but also working at the public policy level, local, state, and federal government, to make it easier for working parents. That is hugely missing and a very important part of the equation going forward. And also, business leaders have a responsibility for those employees who might be the single workers, single income parents within their organizations. There are people within the household, their partners, who are supporting those employees to be productive at work. So how do companies really understand the whole person? The fact that there are stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home parents who are making, who are maybe directly or indirectly supporting their business, and ensuring those individuals are taken care of with, again, the right sort of benefits, policies, flexibility that really will help both the working moms and parents, as well as the people who are caring for the children and all of the household's requirements and duties. I think that's what business leaders, and there's so many specific things that are all being discussed now more publicly in public forums. And I really hope that corporate leaders take it seriously, invest in the people, invest in the tools that will allow them to really create a better environment for women and men, for working parents, for working moms, and really create a much more gender equitable and inclusive company and society overall.
Awesome. That was a fabulous, fabulous response. And I think the corporate world has changed. The policies and the benefits have definitely changed in lieu of COVID as well. But still, there are more that needs to get changed. But before I let you go, I really want to thank you for taking the time, coming on Indus TV, especially for the special Mother's Day episode. Like I was mentioning earlier, you're a super mom, you're a superwoman, but you're down to earth, a human being, and you're a caring mother, and you're going to have successful children. You know, they're going to be, working off your footsteps, and you're a beautiful role model. I always say that, right? A mother is the first role model for children. So you've already been doing that. So I wish you a lot of success, but important, I wish you love on Mother's Day. I hope you have a beautiful Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Neha.
Happy Mother's Day to you and all the other wonderful super moms out there, which are all of us. Thank you.
So guys, are you ready to meet this super mom? Before I bring her on, I want to say something about her. Mothers are like glue. Mothers are like glue. Even when you can't see them, they're still holding the family together. Kya kehte ho? Yes, Susan Gale said this, and I totally say that this is exactly the description for this supermom. This supermom is a working mother of 2 kids. She's a director of structured finance product management in Moody's. Yes, a mouthful. And more importantly, she's a mother of a special needs child, Sparsh. He's special in himself. He is a successful musician, has given so many TED Talks at a very young age. Just heard one yesterday. Apart from being a corporate woman, she's an amazing visual artist. She does a lot of art. She's got hobbies of her own as well. And she also helps Sparsh in his music direction. She does sound recording. She does engineering, video recording, editing. Yes, she's a mother of many, many hats. Please welcome a special super mom, Jigisha Shah. Hey, Jigisha, thank you so much.
Hey, how are you? Good. Thanks for wonderful intro, Usha. Nice to see you. How are you?
Yes, same here. We've gone a long way. We're friends. We've been friends. We used to meet on our Metro Park train going into New York City many times.
Yeah.
And it's such a pleasure having you here, Jigisha. Your story needs to be heard. Your story needs to be told. And especially when we were doing a Mother's Day episode for Supermoms, you definitely came into my mind. So I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So, Jigisha, I know you're a woman of very little words, but we would love to hear your story. Let's first start talking about your kids.
I have 2 kids, as you know, Sparsh and Anuj. Sparsh is now 18 years old, and when he was born with a special condition, it's completely a new world to me, honestly. My husband and I worked very hard to come to US, and then after we decided to have a kid, Sparsh came into our life, and when the first news came in, our heart was broken because he was born with a special condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, which caused brittle bones to a kid, to a child with the multiple fractures. He was born. Mm-hmm. And our world was honestly, Usha, let me tell you, was shattered at that point of time. Hearing that news, and we didn't know, we were lost, we didn't know what to do. We came to US alone without any help. So it was a journey to this point, And along the way, we were blessed. I don't complain anything in our life. Everything by God's grace worked out very well. And here we are. And we had a Nuj in 2010. After a long time, we decided to just have a company for Sparsh. And he came, and I can't tell you, Usha, the second time I was blessed. And it was like wonderful life after that.
Right. And I think, having a child like Sparsh, I look at where he is today. You did not know why you were destined to be the parents, and Hiren as well, as a father, a wonderful father for his children. I think you were destined to be the parents for him. And I always say that every time I meet you. And Sparsh is super, super lucky to have parents like you, because he definitely owes, and I've heard him say that so many times, I am where I am because of the support my parents give. And today we're going to talk about you as a mom supporting Sparsh as well as Anuj. You must have been so scared to have the next child as well, because you did not know what was in your destiny. And I'm super happy to see Anuj as well, coming up to be a successful son, successful, I would say, prodigy for his brother too. So let's talk about the happy stuff. Like, as a mother, right? You're a working mom, but you've also spent a lot of time with your children. I'd like you to start talking about, like, one of your, as a mom, ये तो बहुत मुश्किल होती है, कंजूसी होती है, that I'm asking you that give me one favorite moment of you being a mother. And I would love for you to share a special moment.
Definitely, you said it very well, Usha. I guess every moment is favorite as a mother for me, honestly, because I gave birth to two kids and got to watch them grow from tiny babies to tiny babies, and hence to grown up human. It's just a blessings that all women and moms could get. But if I were to choose one, Usha, I would say cuddling with my kids at the end of the crazy working day and relaxing with them on the couch is my favorite one. Because without spending too much money, you can enjoy these precious moments.
I love that. That is really such a sweet moment that you said. No money can buy that hug from them. Yep. So that's beautiful. The reason you're here, you're a super mom, you have a story to say. So I'm going to move right into some of the stuff that you've gone through as a mother. So talking about moments, can you talk about a moment where you were broken? Because there are mothers who are going through this. So maybe you felt helpless. How did you handle it?
Yeah, definitely. I think my story, not alone. There are many women facing these challenges in their life. I had done so many impossible things. I would start with this. I had done so many impossible things in my life, Usha. I will give you more details about it. But Sparsh was my first kid. And when he was born with fractures all over his body, and I could not even get up. And when I heard that he was given only 2 days to leave, I wanted to hold him in my arms before he goes away and help relieve his pain. But I could not. And I felt totally helpless at that moment, honestly, that no mother could face those moments. And let me tell you from that experience, what I had learned is to let go things that not in our control, honestly. I forgot about everything and what I was worried about and not able to come out. But then eventually I learned to let go things, and I started living one moment at a time. I think I would advise every people who's struggling, just take one step at a time and then just come out of it. Second step at a time. So start slow, and then you will realize that you don't even realize that you came out of it. So I started living one moment at a time, and I started helping whatever I could and let go everything. That's how I handle it.
That strength that you got when somebody tells you your child is going to probably have 2 days to live. And for you now, I think that can be one of your favorite moments as well, to see that child blossoming into such a contributor to the community, not just being an individual or a human being. He's becoming a contributor to the community. And I also want to recognize with Jigisha as well, when she came into this country, her language, and none of us had English, as proficient as we may have picked it up today. But Jigisha worked hard on her language as well. And she's not only helping Sparsh, to, come up with his speeches. She definitely helps him on his speeches for the motivational speeches, but she's also director in Moody's as well. So that congratulations to you for being able to, do that. My next question for you is going to be, what's the hardest thing you see? Right? You're talking about being a career mom, being so successful at it, and also being a caring, loving mom as well. What do you think is your challenge there?
So, Usha, I would start with this so that people would understand women's life in general in the role that they have been playing, right? Women have been playing essential role in someone's personal life and family and community. You can see that for years in history. And same way, women are a vital portion of at workplace, honestly. I personally think that, without women is known for multitasking, and there are so many strengths of women actually being recognized at workplace. And they often bring new viewpoints to male-dominated fields, I would say. So many things for women may be difficult, but I would say they are not impossible. Juggling between hospital visit, doc appointments, kids classes, school, and important meetings and deadlines at work. But often I had and to be honest, along this juggling between work and life, it's the biggest challenge, work-life balance, people talk about. Often I had to make hard choices and pause on my career growth. So my family and my work is in compromise, right? So I had to make such a choice, not once and twice, but many times as a working mother. Many situations like this, honestly, Usha, are temporary, I must say. Yeah. People sometimes drop off, disappointed, but they are temporary. So I would advise that all working mother should speak up and talk to your bosses, and even in your company, everybody understands these are temporary situations. Make temporary arrangements. And honestly, I met so many women in leadership role, and they had taken some kind of a career break to sort things out and came back more stronger. So it is possible. Just look around for inspirations and not fail cases, that I would say.
That's awesome. That's a real nice advice you give, because some of these roadblocks in life can be and probably are temporary. So don't let it become a big deal. Shut yourself off, take care of your family, and then come back stronger. I love that advice that you give. I think all of us working moms have some kind of challenge like that. So, don't worry about it. Focus on your family. And I think we all say that, right? Family first. Yeah. So that's real nice advice. Your life, I know, is unique, but I have to ask you this question. If you could change one thing in your life, Jigisha, what would that be?
It's a hard question. And I would say sometimes not hard question, because you're blessed, and sometimes all those struggles comes with to improve you in your life, right? So my simple answer to everyone, nothing I want to change in my life, but rather I want to change many other women's lives, because I, as you said very well, I was very ambitious girl, but grew up in a very conservative family where girls' education was not even important. And I could not speak English when I came to US. Today I'm running a big team in top 5 companies in the world. Along the way, I got blessed with amazing family, given a chance to raise boys like Sparsh and Anuj. These challenges were and are today my biggest source of growth and inspirations. And I have helped become who I am today. and they have integral part of my life. So I don't want to change my life, rather what I've learned from my life and challenges, I want to share to change other women's life who may be struggling and have given up.
Yeah, talking about that, actually, there are some moms who are going through the same situation or a different situation, taking care of a special needs child. They may be feeling desperate. So I'd like you to ask at this point, if you needed to give a message, can I please ask you to give a message to such moms who are listening to you on Mother's Day episode?
Sure, definitely. And I must say it's okay to feel stressed, but giving up should not be your choice at all, honestly. There are multiple ways you can come out of it. Stress is in your mind. Life will throw lemons at you, Usha, all the times. It's up to you if you wanted to just make lemonade and enjoy it, or continue count how many lemons life is throwing at you. So instead of giving up,
पानी बनाओ.
limbu pani banao, enjoy karo, baar baith ke. So, and like instead of giving up when stress hits, I would say sit down, think rationally and not emotionally. Often stress is in your mind. And what I mean, when you face challenges and go into stress, I would say make them your strength, trigger points to get rid of them. I wanted to get rid of them. Sala hata do is mushkil ko. Those kind of moments will make you more stronger. Every time, let me tell you, like a couple of times that how I use that. People ask, okay, it's कहना बहुत आसान है, लेकिन करना बहुत मुश्किल है. You have to practice. You have to practice. You have to let go things. Don't let things and emotion control your mind. Every time Sparsh used to get fracture and he screams and cry, I would have cried, right? But I choose to say calm, because if I'm calm, he becomes calm. And I got a chance to now then think what I need to do next to solve this problem that it's in front of me. And then I learn how to cure his fracture in a temporary before I go to even hospitals. So there are a lot of moments comes to you, scared you to death, but you have to step back. You have to keep it calm. And if you are calm, you find a solution instead of going into stress. So women out there do feel sometimes stressed, even at work and juggling between work and as a woman, school में बुलाया नहीं आज meeting है मैं कैसे drop करूँ? Just don't go into stress. Calm down. Think about it. Do maybe postpone meeting if possible. If it's not, check with your school. There are multiple ways you can handle those situations, and there is always a solution. You just have to look for it.
Right. No, I think I really like what you were saying. It's the finding the strength and understanding this is temporary stress, and finding strength within yourself. And I see that reflected in Sparsh, and I'm sure the same strength is being reflected in Anuj as well. If you guys have not caught some of his Sparsh's TED talks and his motivation talks, you should definitely see it. And I think, Jigisha, I can see some of the talks that he speaks is coming from your strength, is coming from your husband, Hiren's strength as well. You guys found the strength to fight this and not say that this is going to go away. You fought it. You said this is how we're going to, face this issue. So, and look at where Sparsh is today. So, absolutely wonderful story. My heart fills with pride every time I talk to you.
Yeah, definitely. That Sparsh become who he is today. It's not just ours, himself. Now he's inspiring us. Honestly, let me tell you. So I would like him to just continue on his path, inspiring other people. I think if we came into this life and if we leave this world more beautiful than what it was when we came, I think it's blessed. It's blessings for us. So yes, and I think I'm doing same with Anuj, trying to find my time to take him. What I did with Sparsh, taking classes and trying to find the evening schedule to make sure I do work as well as I just manage him as well.
How's your painting going on?
Wonderful. I started after like almost 20 years, and I told you, right, you had to pause something. I started my education as a textile designer, and I wanted to become an artist. But then I came in US and my career changed. It's okay. Career changes, that's fine. After 20 years, I rekindle with my painting skills that I lost at some moment. And I'm doing it again, thanks to COVID. So
Right,
yes, I'm every time I meet my friends, I'm gifting them, and one I will give it to you, Usha, very soon.
Oh, I'd love it. Thank you, Jigisha. It's always so wonderful talking with you. Thank you for coming for
Thank
this
you.
super special Mother's Day episode on hashtag Showbiz. Absolutely wonderful having here. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Usha. Nice meeting you again, and I'm honored to be here. Honestly, thank you, and you guys also have wonderful time.
Thank you so much. Please give my love to the kids and tell Hiren I said hi. We'll keep in touch. Bye.
Sure.
So friends, talking about super moms, I actually have the Golden Girls had a saying, and I want to speak about that one before I introduce the next super mom. It's not easy being a mother. Are you guys ready? Right? So this is the saying. It's not easy being a mother. If it were, the fathers would do it. I didn't say it. The Golden Girls said it. Yes. Let's talk about the next super mom. So the next super mom is a corporate law as well as a business immigration attorney with Chug LLP. She is a dedicated advocate, volunteering, assisting and advising several nonprofit organizations. She serves on the board for Manavi, a New Jersey-based South Indian women's organization with a mission to end all forms of gender-based violence. She's an active volunteer for several nonprofits such as Pratham, Akshay Patra, Safe Water Network. Successful in business, successful in helping out the community, and still doing great. Yes? So let's welcome Supermom Prema Radham to hashtag Showbiz episode of Mother's Day. So welcome, Prema. How are you?
Hi, Usha. How are you doing? Thank you so much for inviting me and labeling me as a super mom. It makes me feel really good. Thank you.
Supermom with a cape. It's been a long time, Prema, since I saw you. It's really lovely to see you here. Thank you for taking the time to be on hashtag Showbiz. Talking about supermoms, you definitely came to my mind and super happy that you're here. So let's go right into being a mom, right? Let's hear about you, about your son, right?
Sure. He is the pride of my life and the joy of my life. He is 26 years old now, an engineer, works for a company called Lockheed Martin. Although he lives in Dallas, a little far away, I'm getting used to the fact that I can talk to him and see him whenever I need to.
So you've been successful juggling your careers as well as juggling your life journey as a mom. And I want to specify there as a single mom. So let's talk about this, right? How did you get on with becoming a lawyer and, managing your career as well as being a mom to your son?
It wasn't easy. In the beginning, when I found myself having to fend for myself and take care of my son and also manage the household, I realized that I wasn't equipped to have a proper career and do something meaningful in my life. So this is where I was on the lookout for what was my calling. And I was working 2 jobs and, having a tough time making ends meet in a way. But that's when the universe finds unique ways to bring you to where you belong, right? I met some amazing people who are lifelong friends and mentors who guided me along the way and made me realize that this is what I should be doing. And I decided to pursue law as a career and went to law school. This was 18 years after my undergrad degree from India. So it was a big step for me to take. But, I did it with the help of family, friends, and mentors, and the rest is history.
18 years after undergraduation. That must have been quite a challenge to go back to studying.
It was very difficult. I had to read everything twice before I could understand it.
Right. And you were a mother already.
Yes, my son was in high school when I went to law school. So it was challenging in a lot of ways. And I was just determined to do it because I knew this was it for me and I had found my way. So I wasn't going to let it go. And my message to everybody out there is if I can do it, so can you. So never let go of your dreams, pursue your dreams and do whatever it takes.
Wow, that is amazing. I think that really puts more pride when I talk to you about it. Talking about your son, how old is your son now?
He's 26 years old.
He's 26. Do you have any favorite moments as a mother that you could share?
Two moments come to my mind. The first is when he graduated engineering and got his first job in Boston. So I drove him up there, and the whole exercise of settling him, watching him go for his first job, his first day, getting him a car, just being involved in that whole process was amazing. The other moment I can think of is when he was present at my graduation, and there was a little graduation party in which I recall him saying to everybody in the audience that it's very rare that a son gets to see his mother's graduation. So that again was a very special moment for me.
You know what? That speaks volumes because you must have been such a role model to him too, to say that you can accomplish anything and it doesn't matter how old or what the age is when you accomplish it. So that's amazing. Talking about that, I want to ask you this question. Single mom, you started your actually career as an attorney later on in your life. Tell us about some of the challenges that you've had in your life that somebody may be able to understand how you overcame it.
Right. So it was overwhelming in the beginning, right? Just to think about how am I going to accomplish all this? How is this going to happen? But I just took one step at a time and had the faith and belief that things would work out. I surrounded myself with friends and mentors who believed in me and who encouraged me at every step of the way. And my family was a big part of it. I don't think I could have done this without my parents' support, my brothers and his spouses. They all pitched in and helped me. So don't be afraid to ask help. Take help wherever you can because you can always return the help later on in life. Mm-hmm. One thing that I always remember and my mantra is a quote by Saint Francis Assisi, which says, start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. So that is how I did I went through my journey of going back to school. I just took one step at a time with the faith and belief that the next one would come and things would work out.
Baby steps. And there you go, voila. You're a successful corporate attorney, business, immigration attorney. You're a successful mom. Your son is doing well in life. And it's a beautiful story. You know, that's lovely to hear that from you.
But the story was always not beautiful, right? I think what's important to remember is it's always the darkest before dawn. So there are going to be better days. There are going to be days when you will look back and say, wow, I did it. So that's what you always have to remember during hard times, that it's not always going to be there. You will have better days and things are going to get better.
The light is definitely there at the end of the tunnel. We
That's
just
right.
have to find it. So Prema, life is not something that we can plan on and say that this is what's going to happen tomorrow, this is what's going to happen next year. As we know, we went through an interesting year in 2020. But if you were given the luxury and said, hey, you can change one thing in your life, what would that be?
I don't even have to think about it. It would have been spending more time when my son was growing up. I would have liked to have the option to work or not work or stay at home, maybe spend more time and watch him grow every day. I feel like I have missed out a lot on his younger years. Although we have a great relationship today, he's very affectionate. He loves me. He's very compassionate. He's very caring. But I do feel that I could have cherished those memories better if I had the opportunity to spend more time with him when he was a child.
Time, right? If we could change and we had a little more time with our kids. Absolutely love that answer. So there are definitely moms, especially you being on the board of Manvi, you've seen some of the violence that's, in our community. There could be a mom who's actually watching our episode and wondering, how should I just give up with life? Or, how do I go? How do I chuck through life? So I want you to be able to give them a message. So if you can give a message to such a mom.
Sure. I'd be happy to. Like I said before, I think it's important to surround yourself with friends, mentors, family members who wish the best for you. You don't have to have too many of them. Even one or two is good enough, but they will be the guiding force and the strength that you can hold on to and push along until you're at a point where you're strong enough to take care of yourself. Secondly, I think that self-care is very important. You need to take time out to take care of yourself. We as women by nature are givers, right? We feel the need to constantly be the best mom, the best wife, the best daughter, the best sister, and the list goes on. But somewhere in there, you have to take care of yourself to be the best you. So remember to take time out for yourself, even if it is something small like going for a walk, listening to some music, getting a manicure or a pedicure or a massage, whatever it may be that makes you feel that you've done something for yourself. It's important to do that. And positive affirmations is another thing that I would recommend a lot for someone going through a challenging time. You can think of a phrase or some words that make you feel better and keep repeating it. Look in the mirror and say it to yourself. These things really help because it kind of develops in your subconscious mind, and it really helps in the long run.
That is amazing. I think positive affirmations, I try to use that quite a bit too sometimes when I'm low, and they really help me, uplift myself as well. And I think having an organization like Manavi that actually is ready to listen to you as well is also available. There's so many communities and friends available. So Prema, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time today to come here, sharing your strong message as a super mom and being here for our special Mother's Day episode. So I want to wish you a very, very happy Mother's Day. Have a wonderful Mother's Day and keep enjoying and keep spreading that love that you keep doing so well.
Thank you so much and wish you the same. I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day, and to all the mothers out there.
Thank you so much, Prema. So friends, there you go. Chat with super moms on a special Mother's Day episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Before I let you go, I want to say being a full-time mother is one of the highest salaried jobs. What do you say? Because the payment is pure love. Yes, wishing you all and yours a very, very happy Mother's Day. Keep your mothers happy, keep your wives happy, and let them enjoy that beautiful Mother's Day. That one day we hope to get some relaxation as well for our mothers. So have a great Mother's Day, and I will be right back with a brand new spanking episode on Hashtag Showbiz. This is Hashtag Showbiz with me, Usha, jahan main kehti hu, what happens here definitely does not stay here. Comes back right to you. Thank you.